they give a workshop to the weaver. They give 25 years, a long time, to repay. Weaver gives a little money for that, and then the state government gives more money, government of India gives more money. The burden is not much for the weaver. The thrift fund scheme is there, where the weaver gives little money, and matching government of India, state government gives more money, and the government of India gives matching contribution. And then the insurance scheme is there, where the premium is not at all a burden to the handloom weaver. Very minutesimal amount is the premium. So like that, the welfare schemes. And then the composite project package scheme is there. Under this scheme, some technical facilities are created for the weavers in the cooperative societies only. For instance, for the coloring of yarn, how to color the yarn. Some technical assistance is given, machinery is given as a grant mostly. Then publicity support is also given by Government of India. Handloom fabrics get publicized. That responsibility is taken over by the Government of India. I think I have taken much more time than I wanted to, and I would like to thank you for your attention. Now I'll be happy to answer any questions you have. I gave to Dr. Gangi Reddy, some books. So I understand that there are officers sitting here hailing from almost 19 countries. So I have brought only about 14 or so. So you may kindly take one copy for each country. Then I think that would suffice. When you go back, if you find it of any interest to you, probably you may have some copies made. And then I also brought a brief note. It runs into 6 type pages. It's called India's Age-Old Craft of Hand Weaving. And this gives you a bird's eye view about the historical aspects, like historical overview of this industry, and then the technical aspects about hand weaving industry. I didn't mention them all to you because I wouldn't know what you are really looking for and which might be directly of use to you, because when you go back to your countries, in the government departments where you're working as senior officers, which points relating to hand weaving industry and marketing might come in handy for you. I didn't know. So I jotted down some points in this note, 6-page type of note. So whichever points you think are relevant or will be useful, you may kindly take them when you go back to your countries. I'm requesting Dr. Reddy to make copies and supply them to you. Thank you very much. Now you can... thanks a lot for your gesture of having taken so much interest. Now you can ask me any questions relating to marketing of this rural product, and from my own experience I can answer them by giving examples if necessary from the Indian setting.
Only yesterday they have taken to Pochampalli and they had been to Pochampalli.
Oh, I see. So they have seen. Achha. That means they are familiar.
Yeah.
Just now I was told by Dr. Reddy that a field visit was arranged for you yesterday to a handloom village. So then I'm sure you may have had a fairly good idea about the structure of the loom, and then about the process preceding weaving, then about the weaving process itself, and also I will know, they may have, the officials may have taken you to the showroom of the cooperative society there. Then you may have had a look at the range of products which weavers in that particular village have produced. I am sure you are going to take back home happy memories of our country's handloom industry and handloom products. I want to thank the National Institute for having kindly arranged the visit. You know, because you are like cultural ambassadors also. When you go back to your countries and when you get occasions to discuss with the ministers concerned in the government, or with executives in various companies, multinational companies, or even in personal lives, you know, when you meet with your own relatives or friends, some occasion might come when you may discuss about our handloom products, isn't it? So it's a matter of, what should I say, joy for a person like me who retired in this industry, that they have shown you our industry and our products. Any questions you would like to ask? You may introduce, you may kindly tell your name and country.
I'm from Namibia. My name is Hendrik. With appreciation for your insight into this specific industry, I have not much of a comment, except what I got from your talk and so on, also from our field visit, is really, if I may call it this way, say the family setup we find in this kind of industry, poor families working hard, spending a lot of time and so on. Now, to put it shortly, what can really be done for the poor in this kind of viable industry? How can we relate the poor worker to the income of this industry? Are there specific steps you would recommend to uplift the living standards, especially of the workers and not of the cooperatives or societies as such? Just that.
Thank you, Mr. Amjad. I am really touched and moved by your question, because for 34 long years I worked in this industry as a senior executive, and there were many occasions when tears rolled down my cheeks while I was sitting with weavers in the villages during my camps, you know, in various states in India, many, many times. I want to thank you for showing your concern. It is a pity that putting in, there is no limit on the working hours, and there is no wage fixed, isn't it? And there is so much of exploitation. And the weaver or his wife or his children, all of them, they don't know to whom they should go and explain their problems, because people are becoming so busy, they may not have time to spare or care for problems of, you know, poor people. So I think in the next millennium, notably in the coming century, because 21st century is around the corner, the handicraft civilization may again have its golden era. You remember in good olden days in Africa, they used to make beautiful things by hand. Even today they are making. In the so-called underdeveloped nations or developing nations, talents are very much available, but there are not enough people to publicize and lend a helping hand to these talented people, to take their talents all the way to far-off places, affluent societies, where they can fetch money. So, my own hope is that in the coming century, man is likely to get fed up with the use of these electronic gadgets. There was one man who told me in America, after some years the computer will be wound and thrown into the dustbin one day. I said, why you are angry? Now artificial intelligence is there. The 5th generation computer is making our jobs easy. Now we have internet, websites, you have teleconferencing, video conferencing, and we have people, women working from home. They don't go to offices. They work from home and get their salaries. It is an advantage, isn't it? I told him. Then he told me, if a man does not have, man or woman does not have that aesthetic sense and satisfaction, then he'll be like a cog in the machine, like a bolt in the machine. Isn't it? If his intelligence is not put to work, if his talent does not find any value, if there is no recognition, if there is no individual identity, then he may lose interest in life. So, before advent of industrial revolution, people in Africa, they made beautiful things. Today's American music, people are so crazy about music in America. Students skip classes, even in high school, to attend discotheques, to see movies. And what is the music they are hearing to? The music which was imported from Africa. What is jazz? Its origin is not America, roots are in Africa. Handicrafts, the roots are not in America. Their roots are not in Japan. Their roots are not in Australia. Actually, Australia is a penal colony. What handicrafts they had? What culture they had? Culture was possessed by African countries. Culture was possessed by what people today call as underdeveloped countries. They were the civilized countries in the previous eras. You know that? So, in the cyclic process, again, these countries will come and take an upper place. When they take upper place, as has been very aptly put by our friend Mr. Ambret of Namibia, the village products will certainly reach the affluent societies and fetch not only competitive price, but best price. Because people get fed up with machines. They want more and more of items made with hand. It is you who is going to make you. People who work in your country. It is I who am going to make. People who work in my country in the villages, isn't it? We ask the Americans to make with their hands. They don't know. Do they know? If suddenly there is a short circuit and power shutdown in a supermarket, and you are at the register billing counter, now the lady who is making the bill for you will stop working. and with her chewing gum and dancing feet, she'll be just listening to workmen or watching a watchman. Isn't it? Because she cannot do the calculation manually. She was not taught to do so. Their education is structured. So in Australia their education is structured. But if I ask my sister here from Namibia or South Africa, if I ask her, by placing 10 items before her, my my handkerchief, my pen, my notebook, she can certainly, mentally she can calculate the cost and put on a paper total so much, isn't it? But there, if you walk into a supermarket in these affluent societies, right from the car you carry a trolley into the supermarket, the doors open automatically, powered doors, and no sales girl need advise you what product is available where because there are plates displaying. You go and pick up what you want according to the list which you have written at home, dump these things into the trolley and push the trolley to the register cashier counter and place them all on the, not table, there is a conveyor belt. You take one thing after the other, all the things, put them on the conveyor belt. And there is a sensor. The lady at the cashier counter will just, she takes each product and then she applies the sensor catcher. What do they call it? A scanner, right? They call it a scanner. So she scans on the label, isn't it? And the computer catches, and then the computer totals everything, and she presses the button, your bill comes out, and you show your, credit card. She notes down the number on the computer. All you do is, you just put your initial on the bill. She puts the bill along with your products in a cover. She doesn't put manually. Everything comes and falls into the carry bag. And that carry bag, she puts again back on the belt, and you just throw it down into your trolley, and you push your trolley, and then the doors get opened automatically, and then you push the trolley to your car and open your dicky and then dump them in and leave the trolley there, and then you go off. Isn't it? Now, if there is power shutdown, the sister in America at the counter, cash counter, will ask you to sit, give you a magazine to read, and ask you to go for a stroll, have a Coke outside. It is we who have had good traditions, who still maintain good traditions. So I want to thank you for this. You raised a point, Mr. Amrik. Thank you very much. You raised a very good point, and days are not very far away when the village producer is going to get not only a fixed price, but a premium price for his products. Because people in the affluent societies will start looking for things imported from us. Any other point? Yes. Please go ahead. You are from Gambia?
Yeah.
What's your good name?
My name is Mahmoud Jallo.
Mr.
Mahmoud Jallo.
Mr. Mahmoud Jallo.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks a lot. I could get your name right. Yes. Go ahead.
With thanks and appreciation to the lecture that you have just given us.
Yeah.
I note a few points where I need some kind of...
Missing links are there. Missing links.
Mike, please.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
With special appreciation to the lecture I've just given on marketing.
Yeah.
I just highlighted a few points that I have here where I need some kind of
Okay, kindly go ahead.
highlighting.
Yeah,
We'd like to shed light around that area.
Okay.
Okay, you did mention, in fact, I'm quoting you right,
Yeah.
that price is one of the most important things for industries like these weaving and then selling of weaving products in India.
Yeah.
I would agree with you, but like in other countries, it will be a different thing. Okay. In India, given the fact that the population is so great and it can absorb almost everything that you produce, and by mere going around within the last 2 weeks on field trip, some of my colleagues will bear witness that we've observed most of the things that we see is made in India. The first thing that came to my mind is the market system an open market, liberal market system? Are you encouraging other products to come and compete with your national products? I couldn't have any clear question in that answer to that question.
Yeah.
One. Number two, given the fact that there is not one producer, promotion, the quality of the product, and place looks to be critical things in my country as well as in India. The product, somewhere you find good quality product, somewhere you find inferior products.
Yeah.
Some of them tell you that we have a problem in marketing because we have to send our products from this place to a very far distance.
Yeah.
Okay. In my country, which is the Gambia,
Yeah.
we conceived this idea for quite a long time. We had a local one.
Yeah.
There were projects there trying to help develop this weavery in my country.
Yeah.
We tried to get handlooms, I believe, from India about 10, 12 years ago.
I'm glad. Yeah.
Okay. Now, where we have problem is one thing. The quality of the products cannot compute in the world market. Given the fact that we are a small population, and what we are producing, we cannot consume all. The market cannot consume all. Our market is a liberal market where everyone can import a lot of things. You will see made in India, you will see made in Japan, you will see made in Taiwan. It depends on the choice of the target market,
Yeah.
the area that you want to satisfy.
Yeah.
So it becomes very competitive. These products we tried to send to other trade fairs in Europe, in some part of Africa, even up to Asia. But up to now, our main problem is how to get these products in the market. Because it seems as if the product itself is not appealing that much
Oh, yeah.
to the target
I
group.
can see that. Yeah.
Market became our problem and is still our problem. Could you throw some light on the market, promotion, and the product,
Okay.
please?
Thanks a lot, Mr. Muhammad Ujala. You have raised a couple of very pertinent points. Now, the first one is about the liberal market, and the second one relates more to quality. As far as liberalization is concerned, India did make the beginning in this direction almost 5 years ago, 92 itself. Why talk about India? Haven't you come across a news item some time back? President Clinton, when he visited Moscow in Russia, he went to eat his snack from KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken, which was unbelievable, probably 2-3 years back, or 4 years back. And in Shanghai today, you can buy your pizzas from Pizza Hut, you know, or you can buy from Burger King, you can buy your burgers. So what I'm trying to drive home is that India did make a beginning in the process of liberalization, and several MNCs, multinational companies, have taken advantage of that. You can buy Coke in India today, and you can buy Panasonic electronic products. But all said and done, India can ill afford to neglect the interest of the village producer to an extent where it can throw its gates open to MNCs from all over the world, because these producers will be overpowered by MNCs with all their machines and gadgets, and the village industry stands to suffer. They might become extinct. Now, India still lives in her villages, And please remember also that those who buy Van Heusen shirt are not the villagers. These are a handful of townsmen who buy them in India. Whereas in Singapore, probably everybody would like to buy that because they don't have anything else there. Everything is imported. Even water, they don't have water. They get water from outside. They get vegetables from outside. So no wonder they get shirts from outside, cosmetics, toiletries. India is a subcontinent. Mr. Muhammad Zala, it's a subcontinent. Vast country. Different races, different religions, different cultures, and different sartorial habits, different ethnic food habits, So, what is produced locally, I think, should take the first place insofar as marketing is concerned. Okay, thank you for agreeing. Now I move on to the second point you raised about quality. You're from Gambia, and I would like to tell you your country has a great potential. Because the things traditional, we have many, isn't it? Things traditional. Now the modern man all over the world, including India, is looking for things traditional. My VCR gets outdated the moment I buy a disc player. What do you call it? And the VCR, you have the cassette, long big cassette, right? And 2.5 hours or 3 hours regional cinema is loaded on into a small compact box.